Welcome back again. It's Brian. We are now going to break you all into small teams, and you are going to judge the entries at your table. We are going to, every entry of syrup should have a scorecard identified with it, which doesn't tell us who it is. It just has a number that's associated with that syrup. What we need in that group is one person to fill out the scorecard. The comments can come from the group and you'll get a consensus. But the scorecard is used to give feedback to the entrant, whether it's positive or constructive criticisms they need to know. And if one of the categories has the syrup disqualified, we're still going to judge all four categories in the be able to give feedback to the entrant. So for clarity, we'll walk through it as we saw in the video before, judge the clarity. And most of these in clarity, when we think of it, it's either maximum points or you're DQ'd. You can give partial points if there's a small deficiency in it, but if they're in the category and it's clear, it's maximum points. Color, the easiest way, if you have a large amount of entries in a color group, is to mark them in golden or amber from lightest to darkest. If the end of the spectrum, the darkest one, it meets the class, then everything above it is in the class. And if at the top of the class, the lightest one, when we're talking amber, is too light, it would be disqualified. But if it meets the category, then everything else in that class or color code is in the color code, and it will get maximum points. There's no half points for color. It's either 20 or 0, or DQ'd, I should say. Density, you're going to use your refractometers and whether the digital that you have or whatever instruments you're going to use. And again, we're going to, as a group, you're going to test the density and make comments for it. There is, in the guidelines, there are 30 points if you're between 66.5 and 67.5, and 25 if you're between 66 and 66.4 and 67.6 to 69. There are some that use the guidelines that say you get maximum points. If you're inside between 66 and 68.9, you get your points. It's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no minimum points in between. But make the comment in the comment section of what the density you tested. The same in color, the same in clarity. So the group should be doing this, but one person should be recording. The last one you're going to do is flavor. All of you will taste it. Use your color wheel to pick it up, to pick up distinct flavors that you see. See if it matches the taste descriptor for the color category. Delicate for golden, rich as we go to dark, robust. Through amber. I should say it's amber for dark, robust, and no, I mucked that up. You're going to have to edit that part. I've got my color descriptors wrong. Anyway, if we go on, you're going to taste it. Remember the taste. Clean your palate. Taste the next one. And then if you only have 4 samples in front of you, or 4 or 5 entries, put the one at the front that you like the best. and then the next sample, put it either behind or in front of it as you keep tasting. And you're going to have differences amongst your group. You're going to come to a consensus of which one's best. You may end up tasting two of them 2 or 3 times to get a consensus of why, and what do you feel on your palate that makes it better. From that, you will fill out your scorecard, and you will determine from your own group what is the syrup that you're going to put forward to go to best in class. And when we get to best in class, we'll have, if we have 4 or 5 groups, we should have 4 or 5 syrups. At this point, we're all going to come together as a group. We don't have to, you'll need a spokesperson to say why you brought this one forward and what the characteristics of it were. And then as a group, we're going to taste all of them. We don't have to remeasure. We don't have to do the clarity, the color, the density again. We're just going to taste them. And as a group, we'll, on a count of 3, point to one of the syrups that we like. And you'll be surprised that you're not going to get 100% consensus that one syrup is better than another. You have, at this point, at least 4 good syrups brought forward. They're all winners, but one's going to be better than another. So this is the process that you're going to go through, and you have to think when we get into a contest, there's lots of times that we have 100 entrants in one color category. So we may have 80 good syrups, but there's only going to be one that's great. Enjoy today. Thank you.